Living, we cover vast territories. Imagine your life drawn on a map, a scribble on the town where you grew up. Each bus trip traced between school and home, or a clean line across the sky to a place you flew once. Think of the time and the things we accumulate, all the while growing more conscious of losing and leaving. I've taught at Lehigh High School for 8 years, celebrated 8 graduations, and over the past 8 years, the walls of my office have undergone a metamorphosis, a change as senior announcements are added, excitement is expressed, and another group of students that I love leaves. What was it for these students to really live and experience high school? What are their assumptions, dreams, and fears about living and experiencing the world that's ahead of them?
It is extremely exciting because now I'm done with all high school and it's like I'm out in the big world now.
I'm really scared because I really was starting to like high school a lot. And then right as I was like getting in my zone, then it was like, oh, sorry, you have to move on.
It feels like it's supposed to be more different than it is, and it just feels like Saturday every day so far.
I think that the scariest thing about graduation, or the thing that I've been thinking most about, is that you no longer have a set future.
I thought it'd be a lot different, but in reality it's just kind of like, okay, now tomorrow's coming, so just like prepare for tomorrow, so I just feel like things just keep on moving.
After graduation, I invited some of the students over to my house to view the film and give me feedback.
We're all scared. We all don't know what we're doing with our lives. It's just kind of just one big leap that some of us are ready to take, but others aren't.
Graduation, probably. It's just the last week is just awesome. You get really, really close to your class, and you get really close to the school, and you just realize that you had a really awesome experience.
The best part, I think it's all the people that I met and got to know and do stuff with. And it's like all my friends and you and other things like that. It's just like the people.
I love the social part of high school, and I hate it at the same time because sometimes you can get into stupid things.
Best part of high school was the opportunity, I feel like, because that is essentially what high school is supposed to be, and even though it was frustrating for me throughout my entire high school experience that I had to go to school, I still feel like it was nice that I still had options and different things that I could have done with my time.
To be honest, the plays, and I'm not just saying that just because you're right here, but that's actually the best part that I actually think there was, just how fun they were and how many friends I made through it and just everything that I learned from them.
Simply the fact that I was legally obliged to go to school every day and to have moderate attendance, if not good, was frustrating to me because it felt limiting even though it wasn't necessarily.
Teachers that I didn't like.
The worst part of high school was probably the mistakes I made, I'd have to say. Because I wasn't the smartest high school person.
There's some not very kind people out there, and they can make your life hell, so.
The stupid drama that, I'm pretty sure we all did this, we all threw ourselves into like stupid drama in high school, just like teenage drama, and it's not worth it because, it just tears you apart, but that was the worst part. So
High school can sometimes make you feel inadequate and like a small person because your opinion really doesn't matter. You're old enough that you feel like you should matter, but you're not an adult, so it doesn't in a way.
I feel like one of the worst parts about high school, especially your senior year, is being treated like a child and being treated like an adult at the same time. Because you are still, most of us are still in our parents' houses and we still have to obey their rules and like have to be home by a certain time, but at the same time they're wanting you to like choose a college and choose a major and choose what you're going to do with the rest of your life. So it's like high school is a really difficult time for everyone, different reasons, but I feel like the hardest part is just being treated like a child even though you know that you can make the decisions on your own.
It's the awkward in between.
Yeah.
Like, you're not a
expected to
child,
be-
but you're not an adult.
And
You're
it's like-
expected to act like an adult.
Yeah.
But you're
treated
treated
like
like
a
a
child.
child.
Yeah.
You are expected to like choose a career and schooling and stuff when you still have to raise your hand and like save hall passes to go use the bathroom.
Exactly.
Money is really scary because I'm worried that I'm gonna have to spend like all my time working doing something I hate so that I can pay for things I like to do. And right now I don't have to do that and it's the greatest, but I'm really scared that I'm just gonna be miserable in an effort to be happy.
I am terrified that things are not going to turn out the way I want them to. I have a very specific and simple goal that I want to reach, happiness, and if I can't figure out a way to make that work, if I can't do the things that I want to do in order to be happy, that scares the crap out of me. I don't want that to happen and I'm really scared it will.
It's kind of weird because you don't feel like you're an adult, but you have to do adult things. Things that normally your parents would do, but you now have to do them whether you're ready or not.
I don't know if it actually scares me very much, actually, because this is not the first time I've been out by myself. The scariest part, I guess, is facing all that responsibility that you have to do for yourself, and it's not like dragging in the mud, it's just a thing that you gotta do now in society.
I think it just means being happy because that's the whole point of living. And yeah, so hopefully in my life, success will mean I'll be happy and just ready to roll with anything that comes my way.
I feel success is someone's ability to take what they have or take what they have been given and do something with it.
Success is not failing. Not ending up getting evicted from anywhere. Living happily, having enough food in the fridge. Not being in fights with people.
Success. It means doing the things that you want to do and accomplishing the goals that you have set for yourself. If you have the things that you intended to have by that point in your life, you have been successful.
But like, how many things in life come when you want them?
No.
You know, if that is what you're looking for, I don't think that you'll ever be successful and you'll ever be happy. I think you have to be happy where you are now and find success and fulfillment in what you're doing.
Success is being fulfilled in life, I think. I think that if you have a nice, full life and you just feel great about it, it makes you happy. It was a hard life, but it was good. You learned a lot. That is successful to me.
success to me is happiness because helping other people brings me joy. So I'd be helping others, and at the same time I'd be helping myself. So.
What do you want your life to look like in 5 years?
In 5 years, I want to, well, I'll be going to school because I want to serve a mission and get my bachelor's degree. That would be my last year. So I want to go to school and live the dream, you know.
In 5 years, I will be 23. Hopefully by then I will for sure have a car that works, even if it's not the newest thing. I hope to be graduated from college by then, considering that it's a 2-year school. Hopefully working somewhere that would allow me to pursue things that I want to do in my life.
I always want to be progressing, as in like 5 years from now, if someone would ask me a question, what are you doing right now? I could say, oh, I am going to school for this, or oh, right now I'm helping this person with this. As in like I'm always doing something, not just standing idle. That's what I want to be.
Hopefully I will have my own car. I kind of want a Subaru Outback. and I want to have been a few places by then, maybe 3 or 4, and possibly in a consistent relationship, but that isn't something I'm really betting on.
5 years from now, I'd like to be in New York. Living in New York. Maybe not in New York, but I want to at least have been to New York and lived there. I wouldn't have to act there, or I could just have a job, have a family, you know.
We are so young. Like, I think that people forget that. When you turn, like, everybody hustles to get done with college. Like, I gotta be done with college. 22 is so old. But really, like, you can do so many things with, like, so many years that you have.
What would you like your life to look like in 10 years from now?
In 10 years, I will be 28. Hopefully, I will still be a very healthy person and getting a lot of money, maybe have my own house. I don't know. That's a really big goal, but I want to have a nice house somewhere.
Well, I want to start a family, and hopefully that'll get going by then. And I just want to, like, be happy with my life.
By 27, hopefully I'll have settled somewhere that I like. At this point, I'm betting on somewhere in Scandinavia. And I want to have a more steady and permanent job, but not necessarily an actual career. Possibly be in school by that point. Possibly.
10 years, I think that I will have just had a family. I will be doing a steady job. Oh, I'll be 28. Maybe still in New York.
I worry sometimes for my students. They have great goals and dreams, but I know that life doesn't always turn out how we plan. The important thing is living and learning and knowing when it's time to leave.
My attitude. I feel like I had a very bad attitude about high school the whole way through, and I really wish that I had seen the simplicity of deciding that school was not a bad thing, that it was something that it was okay to like and to want to do, because
I would chill out more. I'm kind of a stress case sometimes. I wish I had done that earlier, like not cared so much what people thought about me.
I would change the choices I made at points in time in my high school life, my high school career, that were not the smartest.
I said that I would change the choices I made, but honestly, I learned a lot from them. And it was probably way better for me to make those choices during high school than in the real world.
I think I would change just a couple of people that I formed friendships with, because they were silly and frivolous and not worth my time. I would have changed a few of the things that I had done because they were stupid things and almost caused me a lot of trouble. Besides that, I don't know if there's much I would change. The things that have happened to me have made me the person I am today, and I'm okay with that.
you need to understand what is important to you, and you need to make sure that those things are priorities. So
Take risks and don't be afraid to have fun, and always have as much fun as you can, because this moment in someone's life, it doesn't really come back.
Use up high school. I think that high school is such a great experience and people don't use it. They sit back, they want to be a wallflower. But if you get involved, it's way funner and it's awesome.
So, I've done what I can do, and my kids are off to forge their own paths, to create lines on their maps as they leave high school and go on to really live.
For this moment, I don't think you can fully prepare for anything, but you can do things that will help you. I mean, we're ready in some ways, but a lot of times we just have to go with things because it's going to be brand new.
You just have to do it. You just have to leave.
it ends. It feels like it drags on forever, but you just have to make it through the day, make it through the week, make it through the term. It does end eventually.
If it's any like real advice that we could give is find something you love and go with it and have fun in high school, because like Sarah said, you know, it ends and you just have to make it through the day. But I always found things that I loved in the day too.
It's my happy ending. Now it's time to say goodnight. We can stop pretending. Tell the spotlight man, turn off my light, 'cause the show is done now. And it's time to leave the stage. Yeah, the good guy I won now, and the band has no more songs to play. It's a happy ending, so I'll say goodbye. Goodbye to all the make-believe. Goodbye. There's no more magic up my sleeve.